thing that I really picked up on tour is that I think you give students a real safe space to, how can I put it? They become armed with knowledge of things that they don't want to see repeated in the future.
Yes.
And for me, that was a real eye-opener on tour, seeing how you do that, because I think students were likening it to things that were happening in the current day. And they were like, we don't want to see that kind of dictatorship. We don't want to see that kind of... do you set out to purposely do that so they can relate it to kind of...
Yeah, I think history
future?
matters. There's definitely history matters. You can't alter it. It's happened.
No.
What you've got to do is learn from it. And I think, you're referring to a trip we did to Ypres and Somme. I think you'll agree, the students and the teachers were quite amazed when you start giving them the numbers have died. And you point out, should we say, Battle of Passchendaele, and the thousands of men just for that bit of land. And, you relate it to their school. You say to the teacher, oh, how many students you got? And they say, oh, I've got 1,800. That's nothing. That's a drop in the ocean when we start talking numbers.
The scale is monumental, and you do see that message really register in the
youngsters
students
today go, but why did they do that, sir? Why did they go over the top? Why did they just charge forward?
But what a nice safe space to be able to talk so openly about so many deaths and much unrest. And I think the other thing is, again, I know what I took away from these trips was that you kind of humanised everyone, that everybody needed to be remembered, and whether you were British or German, you were just doing what you were told.
That's right.
We were all doing the same, and that you really do humanise, and I think that is something that I think as an individual I've never considered. And I know children won't have done, I'm 47, and it's not something that I'd really had that thought process. And I do share that now with people, that does need to be considered.
Oh, yes.
Every headstone tells a story.
Yeah.
And you'll go to a cemetery and there they are all laid out in front of you. Places like Lissenhoek or Tyncott. Lissenhoek, 11,000. Amongst that lot, yes, a lot of ordinary folk, like you and I, but maybe there was the guy who could have cracked cancer 50 years ago, buried there. Maybe there was a man who could have been on the moon or done something remarkable, whose life was just lost for in some respects, for what? Because, as we say, mankind doesn't learn very well from history.
No.